everyone, and welcome to my very first video ever. Today I wanted to show you around the server that I've been on for like the past couple of months, and I'll be doing that with my friend who's also on the server, Danielle888, who has been on for like almost a year now. Anyway, let's get to it.
It was the first night on the Guardian Gang server, and Danny was just trying to get wood. But it was already nightfall, for she had been distracted on her phone for the entire first day. But she saw a zombie as she was trying to get wood. She ran for her life. But the zombie had a netherite sword. How? 1.16 wasn't even out yet. It was just January 2020. She ran. There's nothing she could do, for the netherite sword was too powerful.
And so the starter house was finished. This is where it all began. It's small. Welcome to my house tour. We have an enchanting table. We have a messy storage system.
I like it.
A small little bedroom. This is where it all began. It's small, it's quaint, and we lived here for way too long.
Yes, indeed. I didn't even live here.
We've got another portal, yeah. You weren't even on the server. Another war farm that's in a strip mine. But this is all it was. This is how it started.
And then it just kept expanding and expanding.
This used to be Alex's. But it's completely empty since he's moved out. But this was his server area.
Did he ever actually have anything in here?
Yeah. He took everything out. There used to be, like, his bed was right here. He had, like, almost like a kitchen thing, storage down there, and a little potato farm.
Got it. Yeah, because every time I've seen this house, it's always been empty.
Mm-hmm. This used to be the horse stable, where I kept my horse Quimby. He got the extravagant life. I say that like he's dead.
Where is he at now?
He's at my horse stable.
Got it.
We have a cow farm that was exploded by a creeper that I didn't fix because I didn't really care.
This is great engineering right here.
Mm-hmm. I'd say it's a quality building right here.
Yes, for sure.
Here, a carrot farm, nothing much. It's just your typical starting area. And I think the place really fits together with the addition of these random chorus fruits. They definitely fit in with the ecosystem.
Right?
The biome. I always see chorus fruit when I'm in a plains. Right?
Right.
Don't you?
All the time. It's like the best thing in Minecraft.
So this is where we spent a bunch of our area until we went to the end, where we fought the Ender Dragon as a group of 3. Anna still was on the server, or Rosa was still not on the server. And what was I going to say? It was me, Isabella, and Alex. We fought the Ender Dragon, raided the world, and we got the first Elytra. And then that's where we really started to expand. Enter the Guardian Farm.
Yes.
So we fly there.
And then shortly after that was when I joined, right?
We still got a long way. We're talking 6 months of history.
Yeah, so this is the castle. I was not a part of this build.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at it. We've got statues in the back. We have a little bit of a flooding problem. We have a giant tower. We've got an amazing entrance. I think it looks amazing. And no glass, so you can fly right on it. Why was this built? To hide a Guardian farm. To make it pretty.
'Cause why not?
So this project was started, I believe, in February of 2020. It took us many months to drain out the ocean. It wasn't until April or May that we started to build the actual castle. And okay, it looks like the secret entrance This is open. We have a narrow tunnel here because it's what leads us to the farm and other farms. We have enchanting here because guardian farms are XP. Here's where we commit murder. So this was our first mega project on the Guardian gang server, and it's still not complete because we want to have like an inverted fishbowl at the top if we head back up there.
And we also need to finish up the interior. Nope, it's so confusing down here.
Yeah.
And this was our wine cellar. We created this not too long ago, actually.
I think it was when the 1.16 first came out because this block looks so nice to think of it like I guess wine in progress. Nothing's furnished in the castle because interior is hard and technically even the walls aren't finished everywhere. So this is supposed to be like the throne room, but obviously it's lacking a throne. And we have these doors. Minecraft doesn't have very big ones.
Yeah.
Then this is supposed to be like a barracks and a stable right here for the castle, along with a blacksmith for the barracks. And then the blacksmith lives upstairs with his family. So that was the first mega project on the Guardian gang. And it's how the Guardian gang came to be, since our first major project had to do with Guardians. And we just kind of haven't given up on Guardians, even though they're absolutely horrible. Next is after we defeated the Ender Dragon, that's when we actually moved out of the starter area. So that's when people started to actually build homes on the server. So first let's visit Alex's base. He built this, which I really like. I feel like it's the first really good use of per blocks that I've seen, since I feel like they're a very hard block to use, but he did good using.
Yeah, I really like the modern style that he used. I am not one to usually build in modern, but I think it turned out really well, and especially these pathways.
Yeah, with the water, it looks pretty cool. So this is his house right now. He has two cats. One of them is named. I named this cat. It's because it's catfish. It's catfish. Here's his storage. I'm not gonna look through it, but it exists. And here's more storage and furnaces. I really like his downstairs, the way he decorated it, because it's both pretty and functional. With the brewing area and the nether wart and the enchanting. And just a casual wither skull on display.
Oh yeah. It's just casual.
This was before we had a ton of them. And then, as you do, as Elytra users are, we build things that you are completely unable to access or get out of without an Elytra. There is no way to get out of this if you don't have an Elytra. Next is my old house, which I very much loved, and I meant. Look at the beauty. Look at the dark prismarine. That was a pain, because we did not have a consistent supply of black dye at the time.
And I love your incorporation of the brick in your build.
I like the brick a lot, and I love the way I decorated this, since it was an intermediate base, since it was both functional and decorative, since we quite literally have like a kitchen here, especially with the smokers, and then I have my more like useful furnaces on the side. Brewing right over here, and an anvil, and then the sea pickles are almost like a cup. And then I have my meal. Steak. And then storage. And then we got the fireplace. You can just sit and enjoy. Ah, yes. With enchanting. And then lapis storage. The basement I was not a fan of, but it did its job. This is where I kept my storage. I refused to break these grass blocks because an Enderman placed them there. And it's just its home now. This is empty since I've since moved out, but I don't like to remove the item frame. So it's a reminder of what once was. Oh, I keep all my goodies here. all of my end goodies, they're here. So if I ever need them, I have to leave. The upstairs is great, just casual armor stands on display.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, with diamond. We got a little map. We got the dragon head. We got gold armor in honor of 1.16.
It's so nice that gold has an actual purpose now.
And gold tools to match.
Yeah.
Why not? And then the bedroom with a diamond pickaxe, just chilling. I have my music disc and jukebox. And one of the most useful things is this. It is so useful to just be able to fly into my bedroom and then back out. Next is Isabella's base, which is over in the desert.
So this is Isabella's place over here. And as you can see first right here was her nether portal, which I think is super cool. I remember when I first logged on and I saw this, I was so confused what I had stumbled across.
It's very cool to decorate another portal.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a very old, like, not a shrine, but like a temple of some sort.
There's her base is over here, and this is her elytra takeoff tower. You may have noticed, we didn't point it out, but there was one at the starter area too. That was what we used before we had a consistent supply of rockets. Oh, she's got a missing block.
Huh.
This is her house. I really like the way she decorated it, since this first floor, it's not super functional, but it looks very nice.
Yeah, I love the birchwood with the sandstone.
It looks very nice. Her upstairs I really like. She's been collecting heads. So it's very cool to see the collection grow. As you can see, she's a fan of killing me. Right here. Oh!
Ha ha ha.
And her bed, she just with their skulls on display. Just casual. And then her downstairs is her storage. And then down here, the strip. Oh, more storage. She expanded. Here must be. Yeah, there's her strip mine. Don't go down. You'll get lost.
I remember I came through a portal and ended up down there. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, it's confusing.
That happened to me as well. So she has a bunch of heads down here too. More storage.
I love the polar bear head. It looks so derpy.
I love the chicken one. I want a chicken head. And this is to her elytra takeoff tower. Where next, I believe, is Anna's first house.
Yes, which we are going to go back this way.
I think you flew off in the wrong direction.
Did I? Yes, I did. I'm editing that out.
I'm not.
Yeah, so this was my first base when I came on. I wanted to challenge myself and build in the biome that nobody likes, the swamp.
You did such a good job building in the swamp.
Yeah, so what I wanted to go for was more of like a witch type of hut, or like kind of a mystical type of area. So in here, I haven't actually finished this yet, but this was my
plan on finishing it since you've moved out?
I want to at least finish it at some point. Mostly just finish the room and do a little bit more interior, but I was planning on doing more of a storage room in here because in my house, I didn't have a very big one in my attic, which we will see later. So over here, that is my mine. I love
the way you decorate.
Oh yeah. I never got around to decorating it.
But I will say, your use of like dark oak, it looks very nice with the swamp grass.
Yeah. I may have mined a lot of dark oak wood. The So then right here I have like a gazebo type of thing. The this was the very first part that I built, was this bridge. I didn't really quite know where I was going, but it worked itself out. And then up here is my house, which you can see it kind of has that like spooky, oh, and it's night now, so it adds to it. It's kind of got that spooky witch-like or like brewer type of look that I was going for. And then over in this direction is my tree, which inside has all of my brewing stations. And then in this direction, this little shrine looking thing is my enchanting room. So we can head over there first. So in this room, of course, is my enchantment room. And I had all my lapis in that chest, and then all my other items all around. And then over here is my other dock. And then in this direction, I never got around to it, but that was going to be where my farms were all going to exist. So I was going to build like a barn type of thing with a bunch of farms around. Maybe one day I'll finally finish it.
One day.
Yeah.
Keyword.
So then let's head into the house. So my favorite part in here is my entrance. I like the way it's detailed so much.
I like the use of the leaves.
Yeah. And then over here is just my kitchen. It's functional. Doesn't quite look the best, but it's fine. It works.
I am in your sink.
I can't go in this one. Ah, there we are.
There we go. We're sink buddies.
Yeah, and then over here is just like a little sitting area. And this is my miscellaneous room. I never really got a good purpose, but
I gave you.
my favorite thing in this room, oh yeah, that's the salmon head that you gave me. It will stay here forever. But is my trash can. It just goes down to the water below.
Very nice, very nice.
So then up here, this is more of my living space. So over here I got just some books and storage. And then my fireplace. And then around this corner, I have a little balcony so that I can overlook everything. I really like this right here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
If you just ignore the savannah, if you just look this way, it looks very nice.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of acacia.
Yep. And then in here is my bedroom, which I'm gonna sleep super duper quick because it do be night.
Mm-hmm.
Ow! There! How did that hurt me?
You woke up and you were suffocating a little bit.
That has never happened before. Alright, and then the last part of my house is my storage room, which I'm really proud of how this turned out. Cause
the different sections and how this like goes up.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Because when I first built this space was just open and it was really weird. But I managed to come up with something to make it look like an attic. So like the last part of my base here is my tree. It was the first time I actually tried building something like this. It was definitely a challenge, but I think it turned out pretty well. So in here was where I kept all my iron, gold, diamond, all that stuff. And I had my blast furnaces right here to smelt everything. And then on the second floor is where I had all my brewing stands, but I moved as well, so I just saw you fall.
Oh my god.
And then, are you good?
No. You know what?
24 hours later. And then, I like it how I was able to add these little balconies off to the side so you can look around at everything. Yeah. Alright, and so then on the last floor is just kind of like the little, made like a guest room type of thing. But I keep this book to remember all of the recipes. because I
was
can't
hoping
remember
it was
that.
empty so I could write something.
And then at the very bottom, this was my nether hub, or my nether portal, which I am so proud of. I wanted to take in that naturey aspect that I incorporated throughout my build and incorporate it down here. But I just think this room looks so cool.
Mm-hmm. Very open to get to the nether portal, which is nice.
Yeah. And then it was from this point that we decided to start on new projects that were bigger than what we have ever done.
Yes.
Alright, so
Oh,
up
there
first...
is also a village there, but we've destroyed it, so we won't be showing it. There's nothing quite to show. In the future, there will be stuff.
So we are approaching my palace, which is my mega build that I have started working on for the past few months. And I am so happy with how it's been turning out. It won't even load fully. Alright, give me 1 second. Yeah, so that's the palace. The front is basically done. Of course, I still have to do all the terraforming around, and I will...
It's meant to be like a floating island. Which
Yeah.
You can see a little bit here, but other parts have not been completed yet.
Yeah, and then this long tube thing is just... I have a villager breeder down here, and it just allows me to get them up to my palace.
These masons with the quartz have been very helpful. Where'd you go? Oh, you're back here. Okay.
Yep, I'm up here. So then, as you can see off to the right here, this is where my nether portal is. And I wanted, again, more of a naturey look. So I got the portal right there, kind of going back into this little cliff side. And then just a cute little pond over here, which is also really nice because the waterfall falls all the way down into the ocean, which helps if I run out of rockets or can't get up to my palace, so I can just swim up
we
it.
have a villager stuck in a boat down by the tower.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That is really funny.
This is what we used before we had a consistent supply of rockets. It was enough to get us from here to, is it still loaded? Probably not. To my old house over there. That way we didn't have to use a rocket since they used to be limited.
So on the left side then, on the other side, this is where I've been building my little farm islands. So I'm going to kind of do what I did in the middle there and make a bunch of small little islands for farms. And I want to eventually get villagers up here, and then they can just farm out the land. And then I have these bridges connecting between the different islands. And this is just temporary, but this is where I've been able to get all my lapis for my palace.
And then is this going to be your farm storage?
Yeah, I like the design, but I'm probably going to change up the roof a little bit and make it look a little bit more like my palace.
Yeah, because the roof looks a bit flat.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, my favorite part.
So then, this is the front of the palace, of course. I'm working on building around right now. And so then we go up the stairs, and then you actually can see the palace itself. So down here is my storage room. And this is my first automatic storage system I've ever built. I have to work on the lighting because there's torches everywhere and it looks bad. But so in the entryway, this is kind of where I wanted to keep my spare armor. So that way I can just quickly pop in here if I need something. So I'd say I need my gold to go into the nether.
Got netherite armor. Flex.
So yeah, I got all of my storage around here. So what I do is I put my items in this chest and it goes all the way around. And then on this side, items will fall down to my bottom floor. And this is where I keep more of like my... Upstairs are all the blocks, and down here more of like the item drops and mob related things.
Mhm. You have a map of everything. Well,
Yes.
not everything.
I wasn't able to get Isabella's building here.
But you can see the Mega Palace. You can see my old place. We're going to be visiting this in a second. Don't worry. Here's where the village used to be. But we're going to build a new village in its place. And then we're going to be visiting this soon.
Alright,
now
so
I
then
must see your castle interior, or your palace interior.
the interior is great. I have done so much. Yeah, isn't this wonderful?
Mm-hmm. I love the lighting up in the dome. It actually looks pretty cool.
Oh, how it's like somewhat dark and then light in the middle from the beacons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a lot of work to do on the interior, and my next big
I
project
love
is
the long
to...
porch right there.
Yes, and my next big project then is to finish up the backside, which I am planning on doing in my next video.
Do you want to show us the sides of your palace?
Yeah, so the side that I have mostly done is on the right here. We'll need a fly to be able to see it. So on the right here is what I have to finish on that side as well.
Mm-hmm. I think this is my favorite part.
Same here. I love this.
The rose bush.
I just love the nature look.
Very. And the towers are very nice too.
Thank you.
The exposed redstone though, 10 out of 10.
I still have to terraform around this. But underneath here, I am planning on building a bunch of different farms
Mm-hmm.
for all of my items that I'll need. It has a lot of potential that I can work out later.
So you may have thought that this was Anna's portal, but actually it is mine. I'm the one who used it.
No, it's not. I mean, you use it quite often, but it's still my
I-
portal.
I use it to get to mine because I don't have a portal yet. I have a ton of beacons at mine. I'm a beacon enthusiast. First, I want to get a view from this side because it's the most completed side. You guys have seen this before, but look at those ice spikes.
It do be night again. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at flying sometimes.
So there's an ice farm on the server, which we can show in a bit, but it was a necessity for this kind of base because it uses blue ice, packed ice, and a bunch of different glass, which I've gotten from one massacring deserts and trading with librarians glass. And inside this dome is where I have my storage system. It's automated just like Anna's, and it's sorted. Because it's all symmetrical on all four sides, I have these lines that mark where I'm going, and it also helps other people because I can, if they need something, I'm like, oh yeah, it's on the white line, and they know to go here, rather than being like, where am I? Because it's hard to get your bearings when you're here without the concrete. The second floor I have is reserved for my bulk storage. So I have my wood, my stone, and I have shulker boxes up here for stuff that relates to the stuff, but I don't have a certain filter for it. And then it's also just a quick shulker box that I can take. And I have 4 different inputs, one on each corner. So it's symmetrical on each corner, and these work for items and for shulker box. If we jump down here, I have a shulker box unloader at each spot. So I just have to drop a shulker box, and it will empty it and send it down into my storage system, which brings it on a water trail that goes all throughout everything. So I love having the shulker box unloaded because all I have to do is just throw it in. Oh, there's some problems with spawning though. That's not completely spawned through. And then
It's not nearly as bad as my base. My entire dome.
the very top is a bit of a mess right now. There's not much on it, and I don't think I'm going to have much on it. I have beds on it right now, though I want to have a dedicated bedroom. And I have a temporary enchanting spot here for when I need to do it. I'm going to sleep, so it's not nighttime. This is one of my favorite builds on the server, the Guardian Gauntlet. Here, it's this big open space with a dolphin. Hello. I hope it doesn't die, because it can't get to the surface very easily. But here is where we challenge other players to do things on the server. So I challenged Isabella to build an intermediate base, with, like, between her current base and a mega base.
Still salty about that.
And so that's what she needs to do. And when she's done, she'll be able to challenge someone else. And based off how much she was annoyed at me for her challenge, I think I'm going to be challenged next. And there's a conduit here for easy breathing and 4 full beacons. And you might be wondering, how are there so many beacons? How do I have 17 beacons at my base? How do we have 4 here? And how does Anna have 4 at her base? A valid question. A valid question indeed. And here's the Iron Farm, which is absolutely amazing.
It was just terrible making.
There were many nights with Anna and I staying up till 4 in the morning, figuring out how to build this. You may notice string literally everywhere to stop iron golems from spawning where they shouldn't.
And killing our zombie. And then up here, this is more of our office area.
And there's an iron golem in there. There shouldn't be one in there. I'm gonna go kill that guy.
But down here, this is our villager breeder. This was the first one that we made so that we could load up all the 4 locations for the iron farm.
Yep, we have a very fancy bread dispenser by flicking that lever.
Here, give me 1 second. I wonder if there's bread in it.
Yeah,
there is!
Oh, I accidentally picked it up. It goes out pretty far.
Here
So
they
pick
come.
it out, and then they make village children that we can then enslave. we have a head on display to remind them that they are never safe.
That's just cruel. So there's the iron farm. And so
We
the
have
very
no life
next
for
thing that
anyone.
was built then, since now we had all this iron, was our emerald farm. So I built this afterwards. I took a whole bunch of villagers, and what we actually did is, so we have the villagers all lined up in their little spaces, and then behind is a one-way hallway that a zombie is in. So we can open up this fence gate, and the zombie will attack the villager and transform them into a zombie, and then we cure them so we can get really good rates. So it's 1 iron for 1 emerald.
And then if we ever need diamond tools, we can also get those for super cheap from these guys too. So let's go visit the Nether Hub so that we can go visit other areas. So there's another portal here. This Nether Hub is what I've been working on recently. Very pretty in my opinion. I love these rings. They were taken from the palace. Not the palace, well, I guess it's a palace, the Guardian Farm castle, not Anna's castle. And then this ring around everything, that was taken from inspiration from the Guardian Gauntlet. Although this is not finished, as you can see, this is different from the rest of these, and that this does not quite touch the ground yet, because once again, work in progress. But what's super fun, let's see, can I do this 1 try? I won't be able to do this 1 try.
Let's see if I can even do it. I failed.
hit it.
Let me try this one more time.
Hit it. Will she do it? Will she do it?
Ah!
Ah.
Okay, 1 more time. 3rd time's the charm. Ah!
So we spawn-proofed this nether fortress. Oh, you can see a ton there. And we have an entrance here.
So yeah, this is what I built.
Yeah, Anna decorated this, and she did a great job.
Thank you. And this is how we get all of our wither skulls. So then
It's
down
very
here, we have 2 different stairwells. So all the drops will fall into these chests, and we actually have it organized so that the stone swords will go into the lava.
Here, Merry Christmas.
Oh, why thank you.
And what's great is, you know how those little guys will drop stone swords we don't want? We have a filter here, so it will take them out and throw them into the lava, because basically we don't want any stone swords at this point in the game.
How dare you shut the door on me.
Well, I didn't close the door on you. It's an iron door.
Alright, so the last stop, and this is our new XP farm, because it works more efficiently than the Guardian farm, but it is our Enderman farm. So over here is our Enderman farm. We have a really, oh geez, I can't fly. We have a really cool idea for something we would want to build to decorate it, but that is something for in the future. And that is everything on the server. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the server that I've been on for the past couple of months. And for my next video, I plan on finishing up the back of my palace, which desperately needs to get done. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.